payments coming through. All right. Okay. So what I'm going to do right now is skip straight to our program for the day. And our program is going to be really simple. We're going to have a welcome note from Peter Dumia, who is head non-financials at Coop Bank. And then we'll get into our conversation with our speaker, who is here and is excited and is ready. Then we'll get into some Q&A at the end of his, during and also at the end of his conversation. And after that, we'll have a call to action and wrap it up. If you're here for the first time, or if you're here for the second time, we start at 11. We've already started. We end at 12:30, and we love to honor and respect your time. So let's maximize the time we have. If you have a question, straight away, put it in the Q&A, put it in the chat so that we don't try to go overboard, because we want to keep the time and keep you engaged for the time we promised. For now, though, I'm going to stop sharing and turn over to Peter Ndumia, who is our core member here and is going to give the welcome note. Peter, over to you, sir.
Thank you, Sam, and good morning to everyone in this session. Hope everyone is well, and we are also very, very good. We thank God for this opportunity to be here again. Coop Bank MSME webinar session happening every Thursday, just here, and we really appreciate all of you. We see a lot of engagements already going on. Thank you, Sam, for starting the session with a number of questions, a number of chats going on. We really appreciate you, dear customers, for logging in good time in this session. So I think I see a number of us have joined this session for the first time. I don't know where you've been, and I'm sure you'll be enjoying the sessions, and hope that even as we continue to be meeting here, that you'll be part of this session every Thursday, happening 11 to 12:30 a.m. 12:30 p.m. rather. So we are glad to say that we've been having this program together with the other sessions, the other physical meetings, just to keep ourselves learning and equipped on how to manage our businesses better, and to see what we need to keep on improving even as we do business. In the past, we have been telling us the networking forums that we have every month. We are out there meeting a number of you. I'm happy to have met some of you who are always in this session through the networking forums. We have had business clinics again happening in our branches, just again to keep learning. We have some different topics on financial management and sales and marketing, and also on business planning as part of this program. I think, again, we have other sessions that we also do just to keep ourselves equipped. I think I indicated in the past that we also have international business trips. This year will be, rather next month, we are glad because we are organizing a trip to Malaysia and Vietnam for our business customers. Hope you will also get a chance, and I hope one of us who in this session will also participate as part of the non-financial services program. I think the other thing that we do as a bank is to keep this information online in our MSME online portal. If you go to our website, under the MSME portal, you can get and access more information that is necessary for you to keep running your businesses in the right way, including the recordings that we have for the webinars. So if you have missed a number of recordings in the past, please feel free to go to our website, our Coop Bank website, and you'll also be able to get all these details under the MSME online portal. So you just go to the webinars, and I'm sure Sam will be sharing an instruction of how then you're able to get these recordings. So this is just to help us as business people to gather all the information, because we know that information is power, and as a bank we are strategically placed just to make sure that as much as we give you the solutions that you need in your businesses, the financial products that you need, we also add the non-financial services. And I'm hoping that as you do business, you're finding this useful to you to manage your business. Yes, I see. We have the details of the trip. A number of us have been asking about the details. So this is a trip that is happening from 23rd of September to around 4th of October. It's a trip that we're organizing to Vietnam and Malaysia. You can see the city tour that will be happening at Hanoi and also Kuala Lumpur. Again, we also want to organize some B2B meeting with some of the suppliers in Kuala Lumpur, in Malaysia. We want to do a bit of training, even as we'll be out of the country. We'll visit some textile and garments markets, some leather, footwear markets, some furniture markets, electronics and accessories, rubber, gloves and spare parts, palm oil. I know there are so many other sectors that you'll be able to be exposed to. So this will be costing around $3,050 if you be two people sharing a room. And if you be staying in your own room, then the cost would be $3,360. So I think the details are also in our branches. You're able to get an application form, and they give you the account to make the deposits, and this will cover everything that you need. We will be able to do the visa for you, organizing for the travel insurance and all the other logistics that you require on the other side. So it's part of this program, and you'll be glad to see a number of us. I'm also hoping that Sam is also preparing. He's very, very interested. So Sam, we hope that we'll also meet on the other side.
My bag's already packed, sir.
Thank you, Sam. So thank you very much, dear customers. Let's hope that we'll have this session very engaged. I'm hoping that we'll continue to learn even as we proceed. So over back to you, Sam, to proceed with the session.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much. Again, please help me give a round of applause and appreciation to Peter Ndumia, Head Non-Financial Services for Bank, a very core part of what we do here every week. Thank you so much, Peter. Okay, so briefly, let me just walk you through. So we've heard from CoopBank. This is why we do this every week, to make sure we provide value that you're looking for, to help you grow and to help you to do your business better and perhaps even easier than before. Now, that's CoopBank. Today, it's also, these sessions are brought to you by CoopBank and African Management Institute. Tell you a little bit for those who are here for the first time. African Management Institute is all about enabling ambitious businesses across Africa to thrive. So businesses and entrepreneurs such as yourself, yes, we're here for you. And the way we do that is we do love to maximize the digital platforms. And that way we've been able to reach people across 39 countries. So business people such as yourselves, 42,000 people trained, content in 5 languages. And our approach is to provide a very simple but practical tool. So if you're looking to increase your revenue, there's a tool for that. If you're looking to reach your customer and understand your customer better, there's a tool for that. And what we want to do is to provide that, teach you how to use it, something you can use this afternoon and tomorrow morning. So that's as easy as it gets, and that's who we are. Okay, so we obviously jumped to this opportunity to work with CoopBank in order to create an impact in this circle of good friends like yourselves. There's a program that's available for you as well. We like to share opportunities. So if you're looking for an opportunity to grow your business, then we are definitely in line, and we have something for you. So it's called Grow Your Business. It's a program that is fully virtual, so you don't have to go away from your business. It's for Kenyan businesses and entrepreneurs, so such as yourselves. Take your business to the next level. And there's also full scholarships available. I know that's a critical part. We're always looking for an opportunity to grow. So if we have someone who is facilitating that, let's jump onto it. Just to walk you through a little bit of what you can expect, in case you're wondering, okay, there are so many business programs running, what's about this one? Very briefly, I won't go through everything, but we break this down into 6 months. Every month you have a session, you get to interact with fellow business people, and we explore all through the process. We explore particular practices that make successful businesses successful. So practices around their planning, how they handle money, how they handle their teams, how they handle their customers. Today we're talking about customers, how they handle their operations. What can we learn from those who are succeeding in order for us to succeed as well. Okay, so a bit of a simplification there. And then that's a 6 months process. And that at the end, there's graduation, and there's also a few other opportunities that you'd have. But again, it's grow your business, and there's a link in the chat. Let me just give a second. Yes. So if you're interested in that, there's a link in the chat. Okay. Now it's 25 minutes past the top of the hour. I want us to get into our conversation for today. We have our speaker, Wahiga Muturi, creator of opportunities. In a short while, we will be asking him, what does that mean? We all assume we know, but obviously there's a trick that you're pulling on us. And he's all about creating a better Africa through telling stories, through social enterprise, working with different countries and governments and organizations. He's a very well-accomplished man, and I will read a little bit of his bio shortly. But before we get into that and our discussion on driving customer-centric innovation, I want to use a poll to check with you on how familiar are you. Okay, so today's poll is the question around design thinking. Okay, so how familiar are you with this concept of design thinking? Okay, so I want to get some feedback from you. You may say, I have no idea, what is this? Okay, it's the first time I'm hearing it, okay? And that's absolutely fantastic. Okay, you're in the right place. If maybe it's vague somewhat, but you're keen to learn, let us know. Or if you're fairly knowledgeable, there's also that category. And then some of us here may be quite experienced, and you use design thinking in how you innovate when you're designing your products or your services, all these different things. So I'll give you maybe 30 more seconds. Then without any further ado, I'll get into our speakers' opening remarks and invitation to take away. Let's see. Just a few more people to respond. Let me see. I think someone is responding. Yes, our speaker is already excited. He's in the chat. He's like, happy to be here. Yeah, as you type that, I should let you know I'm super excited to be hosting our speaker for today. When we when we have our guests, we also ask, how would you like to be introduced? Because we want to be respectful. Okay, there's a particular way and a professional way that we need to be introducing our speakers. And the most amazing thing happened, like, our speaker has so many credentials to his name. There are several pages. And if I get into those credentials, we may not finish past the introduction. So I just found a way of let me find a way of simplifying this introduction so that we jump into our topic. But he's a great communicator. He's been in the media space. He's been in the business space. In fact, maybe as you respond to the poll around design thinking, I'll go ahead and read a bit about his bio so that I can save time and maximize the time when he gets into the full engagement. So our speaker today has come to be known by many titles. Again, like I mentioned, he has done a lot of work changing the way Africa tackles poverty by leveraging on PR, communications, advocacy, and media. Is a serial social entrepreneur, he's a digital journalist, he's a thought leader in the field, he's a facilitator, mediator, and also an author of global acclaim. Our speaker is in demand as an ecosystem builder and a creator of opportunities. And I love that he uses that in his introduction. And he'll tell us a little bit about what that means. Okay. He has a great successful track record within the incubator accelerator ecosystem in PR communications, media marketing, and also ICT 4D. So collaborating with C-suite executives, governments, development organizations, and civic groups on 4 continents and a total of 44 countries. Ladies and gentlemen, he is eager to collaborate with African entrepreneurs on last mile impact. Future of work is involved in climate change, grassroots policy, advocacy, citizenship, and civic education. So, ladies and gentlemen, with no further ado, I'd like us to put our hands together, if you may, and use your emojis and everything you can find, to the man who is keen to say Africa must change the way it tackles poverty. His name is Wahiga Muturi. Mr. Wahiga, you're absolutely welcome, sir.
Thanks, Sam. You nearly made me sound like a politician, but because that's how guys welcome politicians. But I'm happy to be here. I'm very happy to be here with you all. My name is Wahiga Muturi, and I must start with saying thank you for this opportunity, AMI. I also must say I'm a beneficiary of the AMI program, Survive to Thrive. Also the new program, which I've been, I think that was during COVID-19 and also post-COVID-19. So I'm very happy to be here with you all. At least I can tell all of you guys, AMI is doing real work. It's not a lie. So they're doing real work, and I'm happy to be collaborating with them again. And happy to be collaborating with all of you. Again, I already said my name. Creative Opportunities is because I believe, as Sam has also mentioned, that Africa must change the way it tackles poverty. And so most of the work I've been called to has been because I've been able to put experiences and thought processes to help organizations troubleshoot. But what I do exactly is I run an organization, entrepreneur support organization called Let's Create Africa. And at Let's Create Africa, we leverage on PR communications and media to help organizations actually communicate their value. And our value is actually helping businesses realize the opportunities and pass it to people at the bottom of the pyramid. So I'm happy to be here with you all. Questions, feel free to ask them. The good thing about my presentation, if I must call it that, is that all of you are actually allowed to still use your mobile phone and your laptop. So without further ado, Sam, I'm allowed to present?
Yes, please.
Good. So,
and as you get set that up, maybe I'll just mention as Wahiga presents, if you have any questions, put them in the chat, put them in the Q&A. He's already comfortable in this space and he'll be interacting with that as we go. And also if there's some at the end, we'll pick them up. But for now, I'm going to hand it fully over to Mr. Wahiga as he walks us through. Thank you.
Thank you. Please feel free to time me because I might talk with people a bit more than I'm used to. But anyway, without further ado, please go to your mobile or whichever device you're using and go to the link menti.com, menti.com, tafadhali. Just get into it and then use the code 17582718 for the presentation. Guys, I don't need you to take notes, please. This is being recorded, so I want more engagement than notes. So if even now as we began, you have a question or comment or critique or opinion, please feel free to use the chat box for us to just continue the conversation. So please, let's get into that. Today, I'll be talking about design thinking for SMEs, driving customer-centric innovation. And I was very specific on saying in Africa, because I must admit how business runs in an emerging continent is very different from the developed continent, or rather people say global south and developing nations. So I really need guys to understand, even as we get into this conversation, please, I am focusing on Africa and how anybody can do design thinking within Africa, because also our performances are different. Without further ado, I go to the next slide. Usually what presenters do is come and present. But today my question is, when it comes to design thinking, what are the questions that you have for me? So please, it would be nice to see what you guys write. I am waiting for that. I told you we are engaging, so don't expect a full presentation from me. Ready? I'm waiting for even one answer. Guys, please help me out.
Maybe I could start with what's your comment on that poll that we just did? It shows here that 45% have no idea what design thinking is, but they're keen to learn. And then half of us are also like, we are not sure. And then just about 6% of us are fairly knowledgeable. Does that speak to how novel this is, or is it just that we've never really heard of it?
It's design thinking by itself, and now you've even skipped into my presentation, is not novel. It's what we've been doing, just that now it's been packaged. So I think, and I realize it was actually at 47, then somewhat but keen to learn was actually at 42, if I'm not wrong. It's changed now to 45, 49. When I break it down, I think everybody will know what it is. But first and foremost, I would like to hear a question from the audience on what key points would you like to discuss today when it comes to design thinking? Anybody who's been able to join there? menti.com. And then the code is as up above. The faster we do this, the better we move on.
Some questions in the chat, sir.
Let me see. Okay, actually it's comments. Thank you guys. At least I see you guys are putting it through. So why is design thinking important for business? Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Somebody else? Let's see them. Oh, hello. Okay, I guess somebody just wanted to greet me. Hello to you too. What is design thinking and how to use it? Good. I like the questions because they actually allow us to know what exactly we'll be talking about today. Application in a sole proprietorship business. Good. That's actually the type of questions I'm also looking forward to hear. What is design thinking? Great. How can design thinking help innovation in MSMEs? Brilliant. How to incorporate design thinking in our business? I just need one more, at least if I have to. Good. Somebody has put one more. What is design thinking for business? Great. Would like to know how design thinking will help with my business strategy. Great. And the last one, I can take that one. And how does design thinking look for my small retail shop in the CBD? Hey, you made it. If you're in the CBD, you made it. Is design thinking for everyone? Good. I like that. Great. So let me proceed to the next stage. So when I think about design thinking and thinking about entrepreneurs, this is how generally our brains are. Hopefully you can see my presentation, Sam.
Yes, okay, we can see it.
Hello, Sam. Yes. Oh, good. Anybody could respond, even with a thumbs up is good. So this is how entrepreneurs actually think. Our minds are literally like this. Very graphic, very opinionated within and without, and very, how do I say it? Very driven to knowing and thinking what our customers want, including us thinking that we are our own customers. So when I come to talking about design thinking, the one thing I want us to forget is, number one, you're not your own customer. I know entrepreneurs know their businesses from front to back, to wherever, but you're not your own customer. I think that's one thing I would like to reiterate. If you miss everything from today, I remind you, you are not your own customers. And when you opened your business, there were three things you were thinking about. Number one, or so I hope you are thinking about. Number one, that you're meeting a real need. Number two, that you're creating real value. And number three, that you're creating real wealth. Those are the three important things that you need to have in your mind when you're thinking about your business. When it comes to design thinking, as complicated as everybody wants to make it look like, design thinking is, if you had a father or mother and they disciplined you while you were young, that is actually design thinking. They planned how you will help their lives by being disciplined. Don't think it too far. Before we even get into the business, make it that small. Because it's that, when you think about design thinking as an external process or part of your business or yourself, then already you're missing the link. I repeat, think of your mother or father, how they disciplined you so that you can fit into their schedule and also fit into your own life. That is design thinking. But I'll get into the explanation of it. Now, when we talk about design thinking today, I'll just talk about the introduction, the empathy interview, the introduction to design thinking. SMEs that use design thinking, how can they gain competitive advantage, the empathetic approach, the design thinking processes for SMEs, and the practical tips for implementing design thinking. I'll also share a few success stories. So for most of you, you've had this conversation about the blind people who went and touched the elephant from different sides. And everybody was asking, is this an elephant? Is this a hyena? Is this a rhino? Somebody touched the trunk. They're wondering, oh, is this a different animal? etc, etc. When you think about design thinking, if the elephant is your business, don't be the entrepreneur that touches your business from different angles and calls it a different name. So again, welcome to this webinar on design thinking for SMEs. And in this session, we'll discuss definitely the importance of design thinking. At least I saw that question. The key stages of the design thinking process and the practical tips for implementing design thinking in an SME setting. So think again about your business. As an entrepreneur, think of your business like the elephant, but don't think like the many blind people who touched the elephant. That's a story I would like you to get onto. Be the owner that is able to touch the animal from whichever angle and still know this is my business and this is what it's providing. So onto the icebreaker. This was your icebreaker actually, right?
Sir.
Can I let you do it or I continue?
No, please continue. This is brilliant. Okay. I'm also thoroughly enjoying myself here taking notes.
Okay, good. I hope it's good notes. But anyway, so starting with the icebreaker, please pair up with somebody on the chat or wherever. Someone, I hope most of you don't know each other, and take turns being the interviewer and interviewee. The interviewer will ask about your experiences with a product or service, and the interviewee should give specifics about the needs, challenges, and emotions. Now, this is how I want to do it, and hopefully with the help of some can I invite a few audiences?
Yes, you can. You can, but if I may, actually,
yes.
Can I offer something a bit different?
Yes, by all means.
Can we skip the icebreaker? I feel like we're going to lose out on all the value that you've come to deliver within the time. I'm happy to skip the icebreaker to jump into the content. Let's do it.
Okay, good. Let's continue then. The introduction to design thinking is that design thinking is a human-centered approach to problem solving. If you remember the three things I've said, number one, you need to be able to meet a real need. Number two, you need to be able to create real value. And number three, you need to create wealth. Yes, for yourself, but also for the customer, because that's also what they're looking for. And when you think about wealth, it's not just about money. So when you're thinking about design thinking, because this was also a question that was posed, what design thinking is a human-centered approach to problem solving. You are solving for human beings. You're not solving for technology. You're not solving for chatbots and AI. You're not solving for you. Most entrepreneurs do that mistake, thinking the business is for them. You're not your business's customer. Always remember that. And so this is a process that involves understanding the needs of users, brainstorming solutions, and I'll pick a business today. Hopefully somebody can volunteer and be one of the businesses that we can do a quick design thinking example with, and prototyping, then testing out the solutions. So design thinking for the longest time was used by bigger companies, KPMG and the likes, Deloitte and the likes. But after a while, it actually made sense to have SMEs use design thinking, and especially in developing nations, because most of us think we are doing business for ourselves, and that's where we get it wrong. SMEs that use design thinking can gain a competitive advantage by creating products and services that meet the needs of their customers. You remember me talking about the three things that matter to a business? Remember, needs, value, wealth. You need to create products and or services that meet the needs of your customers. By using design thinking, you can always innovate and stay ahead of the competition. Case in point, when you're thinking about how to integrate AI, because now that's the hype that's going on. When you're thinking about how to integrate AI or generative AI, ChatGPT and the likes, how exactly can you innovate for your business and stay ahead of the competition? Now, design thinking can help you with that. And also improving customer experience. Again, just using generative AI, using chatbots, for example, will definitely help you engage the customer a bit more, even when it's offline. So when you're thinking about your business, always think globally, act locally. I hope somebody got that. Think globally, act or implement locally, because you're on the ground. I think most Kenyans are on this webinar. So as we say, vitu kwa ground, ni tofauti. Always remember that. Never forget that. Think globally. How can my business be in the US, but I'm still in Kenya, in Nairobi CBD? Because I saw somebody actually mention that. And so design thinking can help you do that. Now, if you look at my two pictures, look at the one on the left. This is everybody's majority, unless I'm wrong, majority of people's idea when it comes to doing business, which is nice. I mean, I like the fancy Apple phones like Sam, Apple Watch like Fiona, the MacBook like somebody else I won't mention within the group. But most of us like that. And it's nice. It's not a bad thing if you can do that as a business. And it's more about aesthetics more than even functionality. Yes, all these things are tools that can help you do something. But the real business is when you look at this person on the right, these two people on the right, when you're thinking about the human-centered design approach, or better yet, what we call design thinking, again, is solving human problems using human thinking. Always remember that. So I like the picture on the right because it reminds us that your users are real people with real needs. You always have to remember that. And I repeat, thank you for that clap. I appreciate, at least there's somebody listening really well. So on the right, again, these are two people who are actually discussing a business. Always remember that your users are real people with real needs. I repeat, remember the three things: real need, sort out a real need, create real value, and create real wealth. So the empathetic approach towards design thinking is that you need to remember that your users are real people and with real needs. To understand them, you need to practice empathy. Now, most entrepreneurs, me included, I won't lie, lack empathy or an awareness of empathy, because we are always on targets, we are always on goals, we are always on guidelines. But empathy is actually feeling the person you're serving, if we make it simple. Other people call it emotional intelligence. Other people call it emotional quotient. But it's basically understanding, being in the shoe of your customer. And it's different from saying it than when you ask the customer. Now, you can do this by conducting interviews, like most of the interviews AMI also does, doing focus groups, doing usability testing. Usability testing is actually, if you have a product that you want people to test, you take it to the ground and it's tested, or a service, then it's tested, or observing your users in their natural environment. At times you can just sit. I don't know if, okay, I don't know if somebody has had this experience, but I've had the experience of working with NTSA, and some of the things you have to do is just go sit somewhere on the road and watch cars using the road, so that you know, is this road working or not? For example, number two, what type of cars are people driving? And at times you see people on the side of the road writing, and you're wondering, what are these guys doing? Are they following me or things like that? No, it's not like that. They're actually collecting and observing users in their natural environment, which is in their cars, on the highway. How do they use the highway? So doing this will help you create meaningful products and services that will truly benefit your users. Remember that. Now, the design thinking process, as majority were asking about, this is basically how it looks like. It's not complicated. It is not rocket science. It is just what you see. And again, I go back to my example of, if you remember how your parents disciplined you, different experiences for different people, then they were also doing design thinking. Number one, they were learning about you. They empathized by learning about you. For those who are lucky to have parents who learned about them before they spanked them, that's what happened. They learned about you. And so in your business, it is learning about your audience. Then you define, you construct point of view based on user needs, because now what do the users say they want? And can you even define what they want? Or are you still having trouble knowing what they want? You need to always define what the customer wants. And you always need to ask the customer again, is this what you want? So the definition is not for you, it is for them. Remember that. Number 3, brainstorming and coming up with creative solutions, which has to happen because at the end of the day, the customer is looking for a solution. Whatever process you use to get that solution is not their problem. They want their needs met. Remember, needs, value, wealth. So you ideate. Then you prototype, build representation of your ideas. Prototyping is also what others call most viable product, MVPs. So it's the first product that you can bring into the market, or the first service version you can bring into the market to different clients. And then last but not least, testing your ideas. Now you need to know at testing is not the end of it all. The design thinking process as it is iterative. Iterative meaning it keeps going back and forth, keeps going back and forth. So you can get to empathize, good, then you define, then you realize, wait a minute, after I've defined it, I have now lost what they want. So you go back to the process of empathy and then start all over again, and then define it again until you get it right. Then you continue. And at times you get to the test and your clients tell you, okay, it's nice what you brought. I'm sure some of you entrepreneurs have had that, but we don't feel like it meets our need. That means you either need to go back to prototype, you either need to go back to ideate, or empathize the first, complete fast. So again, don't do the design thinking process like it's a means to an end. It's not a means to an end. Even after getting your product, you have to iterate again and again and again. So refining your solution, again, you're not your client. Anybody who thinks they're the client of their business is, with all due respect, either a fool, either misguided, or definitely not an entrepreneur. So let those 3 things also be your calling card so that you know who exactly is the person you're serving. Now, practical tips for implementing design thinking is, number 1, start small. Always start small. And the sooner you begin, the better. Don't start when you're so into it. And then now you realize, oh my God, let me go back to the client. It does not make sense. Number 2, get buy-in from your team. Thinking you can do it alone, entrepreneurs, I'm speaking to you, especially owners of business, thinking that you can do it alone is the beginning of the problem. Number 3, be flexible. Always know that you might iterate and be ready for the iteration. So there are several aspects of the iteration that could hinder or not hinder. Number 1 would be cost. Number 2 would be timeline. And number 3 would be access. Like, do you have access to software or hardware that you need to use? And all that, I can tell you for sure, for every software that you think is there, that is on premium, you can always get a free version. So starting with AMI's Grow Your Business, they actually have a full toolkit for accounting and such things that you can actually take advantage of. So please take advantage of that. And last but not least, celebrate success. For whichever process you go through, either empathy, definition, ideate, prototype, testing, please celebrate it. Please celebrate it. It's important, as lonesome as the journey of entrepreneurship is, to celebrate the wins that you have at every step. So always remember that. Last but not least, I can talk about a few success stories. Twice is a software platform that helps businesses reduce energy consumption using design thinking. So for those who are paying a lot on KPLC, maybe you should check on Twice. You know how the financial bill is going in Kenya. But that's on a lighter note. It's an easy to use and provides value to large corporations. If you're a small corporation, this one won't make sense to you because you kind of need to be in the manufacturing industry and the likes. Afrizal Mobile is a small company that creates tailored mobile apps for African businesses using design thinking to understand user needs. So because it's a mobile app, they do a lot of surveys to their users, and the feedback they get from the users is what they use to iterate the satisfaction to the client. Akilidada, and I think Akilidada is a beneficiary of the AMI program. I'm not sure, maybe Sam or Fiona will confirm. I also use design thinking to understand the needs of African girls and develop programs that help them succeed in school. So before I conclude, please go back to your menti.com. And before we get into the questions, please go back to your menti.com. Remember menti.com and the code 17582718. It's up above, so don't miss it. Let me see. Yes, I believe I have answered all the questions from here, and I'll get into specifics as we get into a test. So what are your key takeaways? What is your key lesson today? Let me start with that. Awaiting any feedback. While at that, let me see if there's anything missing here. Thank you, Sam, for that. Thank you. I am not my customer. Thank you so much. You got the right thing. You're not your business's customer. Good. Design thinking is a continuous process. Yes, it's not a means to an end. So don't do it thinking it is what you've done and you finished. You have to do it so many times. My God, make it a part of your business system, a part of your business process. Okay, think about how to meet the needs of my customer. Thank you for that. Do you have a book you can recommend? Oh yeah, there are a number. I'll recommend that in a few. Somebody else? I just need 10 more. Needs, value, wealth. Thank you. You got that. Thank you. I appreciate that. Good. Good. Think globally, implement locally. You guys are awesome. You're getting the right things. Start small and celebrate. Yes, please celebrate. Entrepreneurs, I beg of you, celebrate yourself. Celebrate your small wins. It is highly important. The journey is not easy, but celebrate your wins. Celebrate every achievement. Yeah, thank you for that. 4 more to go. Empathize, define, ideate, prototype, validate, and repeat. I like that. Rinse and repeat. Users are real people. Yes, your users are real people. And be it a product or software. So don't think about it like something separate. It might be a product or software. You are a fool if you think you are a customer to your business. Okay. Did I put it that harshly? But thank you. That's true. Brilliant, 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 brilliant. Hey, you guys, I like this. I like this. Asanteni sana. Great. Let's see. All right. So that's it. Can I get one business we can do design thinking with? Anybody want to volunteer? You can even put it in the chat. You don't have to talk to me unless now you're given permission. And also this is a good time to recommend any Q&As. If you have any questions, please feel free. I see now, Jen, I see a question from you now in Cashier. If you ask a customer if they're okay, and you ask it twice, then you're in trouble. He or she will start bargaining. How do I deal with that? Honestly, I don't know why entrepreneurs are so scared about bargaining. I know because I've also been there. But you see, a customer bargaining is also a good time for you to know your price points. It's a good time for you to know if they can afford you or not. They might actually tell you they really are not your audience, or they could actually inform you that you're serving the right audience. So the question is, are they your audience? Are they your right customer? And the thing about design thinking is, and something you will note, it helps you define who is your customer. Please, please, your customer is not everybody. No matter what you think, even if you're selling salt, your customer is not everybody. And funny thing, because I think I've worked with Ken Salt, the customer is not everybody. The customer are the customers who go to the supermarket and are looking for clean looking salt, normal salt that is wrapped in a transparent bag. Did you even know or think that there's a point to that, to having a transparent bag for salt? Yeah, so your customer is not everybody. Don't think your customer is everybody. So maybe that's the question for you, Jane. Are they your customers or not? And if price point is the problem, should you change your price or should you change your customer? Look, I see I'm actually developing a web-based service platform for the market. What's your advice? I wish I knew what type of web-based service platform. That's because you're using buzzwords. Buzzwords are what you've just said, web-based service platform. So is it a website? Is it a web app? What is it? So it would be nice to be clear about that. But anyway, what's the objective? It's more of a service. It's a website. So is it e-commerce or is it a plain presentation website? But anyway, let me just answer that first. But I hope you get where I'm going. Okay, e-commerce. Sawa. Good. So know your audience, clear, and have a clear objective. First, know your audience. Always know your audience. Have a clear objective. Clear objective on what exactly is your site supposed to do. Number 3, talk to your customers. That the ones you think you have identified, talk to them. Because coming back to this presentation, remember, you need first to be in the shoe of the customers, right? And then define who they are. Hopefully you guys can see the presentation still. Then define who they are and get feedback from them. Really get feedback from them, not from you. The sooner you do that before you put up the website, the better. Because then they tell you what they need. Then now you design the website according to what they need. Then once they test it out, they'll be like, we like this, we don't like this. Can you improve this or remove this? And then now you ideate and then prototype. You give them a full version and let them test it out. And from the testing, you'll know if you're on the right course or not. Yeah, good. I hope I've answered your question. Somebody else? Any business want to be worked on right now? Let me see.
I think we have Tom Oranga.
Okay.
Let me just make sure that he has access to his mic. Tom, please confirm if you're comfortable speaking. It would be faster for the session. Let me just double check that Tom has access to his mic. Tom, please get ready to unmute your mic and then have a conversation. Yes. Yes, Tom, please go ahead, unmute your mic now, and then we can check your mic so that it happens in the next few minutes. Tom Oranga going once. Tom Oranga going twice. Please unmute your mic and share. Tom, you have access to your mic, but you're not using it.
Okay, I can continue.
Yeah,
I guess everybody has missed an opportunity on that one.
Yeah, I'm keen to try that. I'm keen to try that one more time because I know it would be really productive because it would bring everything to life. If you have a business and you'd just like to try to test this idea out, please let us know in the chat. Let us know in the chat or raise your hand. We will give you access to your mic, but you need to be in a quiet space and ready to use your mic as soon as. So let's give it a few seconds. Tom, if you're ready, you can. But if anyone else wants to, let's do that. In the meantime, please continue, and then I'll keep an eye out.
Great. I also would like to make a shout out to Coop Bank because I've seen them trying out the design thinking process on some of their apps. I nearly said fintech apps, but bank service apps, which was really important. Some of them I've tried both via business and personal, and kudos to them. And that's why I think they find this session important more than any other. Francis, I see you say, this is Franco Hardware. My concern is that you have said not everyone is my customer. Yes, I agree with you. Suppose a client takes my goods on credit, then soon I see them buying elsewhere, yet he hasn't paid my debt. Oh, the Kenyan problem. So Francis, and again, just the same thing I've told Jen. Yeah, I see you guys laughing. Well, this environment is tough, Bana. Doing business in Kenya in Africa as a whole is an extreme sport, honestly. Let me not lie to you. But anyway, to answer that, just as I've told Jane, I think you need to decide who your customer is, honestly. You see, you can't stop him buying goods from another place, them buying it on credit or not, and because they haven't paid your debt, now you want to complain. You can't. In the first place, you allow, and then somewhere else. Oh, can you hear me, Sam?
I can. It just froze a bit, but you're back.
Good. If you give a client space for 1 week, for example, to pay your goods, and then in between they buy from your friend who also runs a hardware in cash, you have no right to actually ask them why they haven't paid you, because your agreement with the client is pay me after a week, not in between the week.
You're tough.
What do you mean?
No, but I hear you. I hear you. So
yeah,
again, if you agree, you've agreed. So it is what it is. Yes,
it is what it is. Yeah, you're the one doing business. So you have to decide the type of clients you want. You have to decide the type of agreements you define.
Yes.
Please note, in this design thinking process, there's the empathy and the definition. You need to define that.
Define the relationship. Okay.
Define that
if I may interrupt a bit. So I love that. So
I hope I've
define the relationship. I think so. Take responsibility for the relationship. And also, maybe if I may throw in my 2 cents, when the customer behaves that way, they are educating you about themselves. And you get to decide, do I continue this relationship, or do signs like this mean this is not my customer? So you have a decision to make. As opposed to just get angry, you have a decision to make. But Teddy Daniels, please say a quick hello so we check your mic is on. I really want to do this practical thing in 5 minutes before we finish. Teddy, your mic is on. Say hello.
Hello, how are you guys?
Fine, thank you.
Very good. Wahiga and Teddy, jump in. I'm going to mute my mic. Let's do this for 5 minutes, and then we'll wrap up, and then we'll close our session today.
Thank you so much. Teddy. Thank you so much. Okay, my name is Ted, and I really like this process, and I'm really learning a lot. And us all as a group of SMEs. Now, I run 2 businesses, but one of them is deals actually with the cloud computing. The company name is called Ella Infocom. And now I'd like to know more about global marketing. We're trying to reach out the wider audience around the globe, but it's becoming a bit challenging to us because mostly in the design thinking, we're trying to create a marketing environment where we can reach the whole globe. So I'd like you guys to advise us more on the same.
Okay.
So what you're going to have right now is a conversation. Teddy, don't mute your mic. But Higa is going to guide you through a conversation on how to use design thinking in this challenge.
Yeah, okay. You're really an entrepreneur. Just how you've defined that, you're really an entrepreneur. So let's start quickly.
Thank you so
much. Well, that could be a compliment or not. So don't take it quickly.
No,
anyway,
okay, understand.
Okay, so let's start again. Tell me what you do. Don't tell me 2 businesses. Tell me what you do.
Okay, now let me just say one. We have a company that deals with cloud computing.
Let's start again. Give me an elevator pitch for the business that you're talking about.
Okay, Ella Infocom Technologies is an online business company that basically deals with the hosting, that is the domain hosting, web design, email hosting, and other cloud services. And mostly we incorporate with that is Amazon Web Services. And it's basically online. So we'd like it to be marketed globally, to reach and to have an audience of the whole globe, like the whole you know what I mean, global.
No. I don't know what you mean. I'm your customer. So let's start again. let's start again. But good job. You're doing your best. You're doing your
Mr.
best.
Waiga, yes, okay.
Let's start again. Please
Sawa.
remember, I'm your customer. So forget the practicality of what we're trying to do. So let's start again. Give me an elevator pitch of why I should care. Please remember, I don't care about your business. So tell me why I should care and why I should feel you're empathizing. So let's start again.
You want me now to sell? You want me now to sell the business to you?
Hey, let's go. Let's go.
Okay, now we are an online cloud computing service provider. We do hosting, we do domain registration, we also do professional web designs, and we host all our services on the Amazon Web Services. That is a global hosting provider that it's usually mostly, how can I put it? I'm lost.
It's okay. Tell me why I should care.
Okay, because
you're
our
not the only one
services
doing this.
Yeah, our services, they're very professional. The delivery is usually very quick, and also we have higher security on the services that we provide. Meaning, if, for example, if we create a website for you, we're going to host them in a best environment for it to be live, and also it cannot be hacked by any of these online hackers.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's drill it down to the three things that you say you think I should care about.
Yes,
you've told me security, which is a good thing, actually.
Yes.
Security. What else?
Security, quick delivery with the services.
Quick delivery. Quick delivery. Give me a timeline. Quick delivery means nothing.
For a professional,
everybody says quick delivery. So what is quick delivery? Give me a timeline.
For a professional, say for example, we're developing a professional website. It can take not more than 3 weeks for delivery.
Okay, so let's say 3 weeks timeline delivery, which is what you call quick delivery for different services.
Yes.
The third thing, why I should care?
Why you should also care is because our hosting services is hosted on the world's most trusted services, and that is Amazon Web Services, not like local hosts.
Okay.
Yes.
So
meaning we are always online. There's no downtime.
Thank you. Tell me that. Don't tell me to trust Amazon. I don't know Amazon. I'm trusting
Amazon,
you.
You don't know. Yeah.
So. I'm trusting you. I don't care about Amazon. If I know, well and good, I could reach out to them myself if I could. But
yes.
So instead of telling me about trusting you because of Amazon, it's good to mention them as a partner. Trust me.
Yes.
But tell me, we have 24-hour uptime, for example.
Yes.
99 or 99% uptime. You are never down.
Yes.
And this is because we partner with Amazon. Sasa?
Yes.
So already there, just simply, we've done empathy. So define your customer. Which customer are you trying to look for? So and empathy is really trying to get into my shoe by asking me exactly what you need to know.
Yes.
Not what you need to tell me. So don't do sales and marketing here.
Sawa.
So to end the definition, who is your customer? Who are you looking for? Because maybe you've sent this advert to everybody, which then wastes your money. Which are the type of customer? Describe to me
target
your customers. Yes.
Yeah, our target customers usually are institutions because of the way of our services.
Give me one institution and break it down for me, what they are, what they're about.
Okay, one of the institutions is called, example is Outward Bound Kenya. And that is a small institution, but is also more or less global because they have branches all over the world. Yes. So that is an example of one of it. And also schools.
Okay, so what's their numbers like? What are their numbers? For example, it's an institution.
Telephone numbers.
No, numbers, or like it's an institution, a school
Population
institution.
Capacity.
Yeah.
Or the capacity,
Yeah, because you're targeting them for a reason, not just because they are a name.
They are like in Kenya, in Africa, they have they're in South Africa, in Uganda, Malawi, and also Kenya.
That
So
you're
those
telling
are-
me locations, which means they are spread, which is good. That's one thing you define as a metric to the organizations you're targeting. That's good. But I'm asking, who do they serve? Because the people they're serving will also reflect on your product or service.
Yes, I get you.
Population.
They serve, because for them they do team building and the like. So they also serve like Kenya government, Kenya School of Government. What is the name? Like they also they do team building and also other services of the same type to
Give me
other
the numbers.
institutions.
Give me numbers. You're giving me definitions. Give me numbers.
The numbers.
Know your
So
customer.
for example, their customer, the ones that I know, it's about 5 of them. There's a Kenya School of Government, something like that, and also KBC, that is Kenya Broadcast Corporation.
Okay, good. And, Tosha, because you're still not yet telling
allow me to add pressure and give you only 2 minutes.
Okay, 2 minutes,
gentlemen. 2 minutes. So wrap this up. But the big point, if I may say, the big point we are seeing here is you need to know. It's not enough to have general definition. We need to know our customer. Do we really know? And you need to have data off the top of your head. Wahiga, back to you, but 2 minutes. Double checking. I think I'm just checking that. Wahiga, I think he went off. Teddy, this is an opportunity for you to breathe.
So let me breathe. I'm breathing hard.
There was so much pressure. Come on, let's appreciate Teddy for being the champion here at the front line, taking the bullets. I like the conversation. Come on, all this clap is for you, Teddy, sir.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much.
I know there's a lot of pressure. Like,
has it
I know this,
disappeared?
but
Has it disappeared?
no, we are here clapping for him, appreciating him for taking all the pressure. 2 minutes. Let's wrap this up.
He's actually okay. 2 minutes. So we've talked about the empathy. We've talked about the definition, defining your client to the stock them if you have to. It's a relationship you're building, a different type of relationship. So stock them if you have to until you know everything about them. By the time you're serving them, you're giving them everything they've ever needed without even having met you. So let's go to the third stage, ideate. So what would you be offering this outward? You call them outward?
Outward bound Kenya, but I know it shouldn't be public. This is between me and them. Continue.
we can assume we don't know them. So let's we are using an example of a business you're targeting. So you could have even said AMI. If I was you, I would say AMI.
Oh, AMI.
But anyway, let's continue. So tell me, what are you offering them? Ideate. What creative solution are you offering them? Please remember, you're not the only one who has offered them in Kenya or in the world in the first place.
Now, that's a good question. We are offering them we're offering them web development. That is upgraded web development, meaning we also do hosting for them and also cater for their email hosting and email management. And also we do share some of our cloud resources to them.
So are you doing this as a package or one items?
One. It's like actually there are 3 packages.
Brilliant. Now you've actually said where I was going. So when you're thinking about ideation, you offer them 3 packages with 3 prices.
Exactly.
1, the lowest price with the lowest package. 2nd, mid-tier package. And 3rd, the full package, which can suit a large corporate.
Correct.
When you give clients 3s, by the way, surprisingly, it's a good sales number. And then now when you do the pricing, you ensure that your pricing also is in 3s. Most clients don't want to choose the low option, but they'll choose either the mid or the higher. And you know what that means for you.
I know.
So now,
profits.
Good. So now we go to the prototype, which is a prototype of the service. How do you build and represent your ideas? How do you get to them? How do you get to these clients?
One of the way we do is actually knocking on the door. That is the first thing that we did. And also referrals, And also referrals. Another thing we did is is reaching out to them through online and also having an online meeting. Yeah, I think if that
good.
answers the
So
question.
what is the shortest way to get them and get their attention? Think through all the other things you've ever done. What is the
Visiting
shortest
them.
way to?
Visiting them.
Yeah, well, you can visit them and they tell you they're busy. So what's the other shorter way?
Another shorter way is
Think
giving them
Kenyan
a
style.
call. Marketing, like this email marketing.
You're not the only one marketing. They're receiving information from 500 other
All
people
over.
who are marketing the same service.
Okay, now for me, for us, this is what we did. We went to them. After referral, then we went to them. That is what we did. So I don't know.
Who referred you? Who referred you?
Others of our clients.
And did they talk to them first before you went, or you just went straight?
They talked to them first and then they invited us.
That's what I've been asking. Building your social network. Actually, that's what I've been asking.
Social network.
Easiest way. Easiest way to enter any
it.
door.
I like that.
Easiest way to enter any door is meet the CEO. Make sure the CEO tells you, come to my organization. Even the watchman will open the gate for you. That's
true.
how it works. Yeah,
that's
true. How it works. And that's how you enter through the door.
Let's move to the last phase, test.
And then test. And then testing is actually just please. And I say this with all due respect, forgive my French. When you enter that door, do the damn job. Do it, do it so well. Do it so well and make sure it fits. And if it doesn't fit what they're looking for, then redo it and do it again. Offer it again and again until you meet their perfect spot. Sawa sawa?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, Sam, I have finished.
Teddy,
you even put me under pressure.
Teddy, we are sending you an invoice, and all of us are going to share some of those profits, sir.
So, I'm waiting for the invoices.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you too.
Yes. Okay. I'm definitely glad we got. I'm definitely glad we got to do that practical one because it gives all the practicalness into it. So, here we go. What do you want to do with the last 2 minutes? Do you want to do parting shots? Do you want to, I know we've done already, just recalibrating and making sure people have understood, or maybe Wahiga, let us know how we can reach you. How is that?
Great. Okay. So
sounds like many people may be curious to have a lot of pressure put on them.
Hello.
How do people reach you when they need? I can hear you.
Oh, good.
Can you hear me, Wahiga?
Yes. I lost my. It went off, but it's okay. Continue.
Okay. Now I just want to check with you. How can people find you? In terms of follow-up, because I know this is a short term for interaction.
Okay, good. So I think let's go back to Mentimeter, menti.com. menti.com. And then just tell me in one word, how would you describe this session that we've just had? In one word, please don't write 2 words. Please, I know English is a foreign language to us. Just one word, but you can use Swahili. Sam, you can use Kinyarwanda. Okay. In one word, please. I just need 10 comments and then I can proceed. But good job for the gentleman I was interviewing. That was very nice. I like that he had the confidence. Anybody waiting for responses?
You have lots of responses in the chat. I think we kind of came back to the we have probably more than 10. Wonderful, excellent, fantastic.
Somebody followed through. Informative. At least
there are so many. Yes, stick to Menti. I'm just reading you the ones of the webinar right now.
I'm sticking to Menti. Excellent. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for that.
Although I'm going to add pressure on your end because we do need to finish in 5 minutes.
Okay.
So it's been a great session. Yeah. Yes.
Let me see that. Good. I'll insightful. Insightful, educative, most interactive. Good.
Yes.
Good. That's good to hear. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
All right,
Wahiga,
great.
allow me
So
to
how you can reach me?
allow me to
How you can...
rob the screen, put your contacts on the screen, and then let us know
Oh,
where
that's
exactly
what I
this
wanted
is.
to do. Okay,
Okay.
so I've finished. Actually, my last one was the contacts, but I've finished, and you can reach out to me via any of the contacts given. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you. Again, ladies and gentlemen, let's give this gentleman a big round of applause. And yes, big round of applause, big. So all the claps that are coming in for you. We also want to appreciate COP Bank. In these sessions, we normally have a presentation, and also we get maybe 20, 30 minutes of COP interaction, just asking questions and helping us. But they decided today, no, we're not going to have anything. Let's give all the time to Wahiga. We know it's going to be a great session. And I know a big thank you to Peter and the rest of the team at COP. Thank you very much. All right. Parting shots of Mr. Wahiga, creator of opportunities.
Africa must change the way it tackles poverty. So ask yourself if you're part of that conversation or not. If you're not, then don't bother. If you are, then get into business. Thank you.
Very good. Very good. Thank you so much, Mr. Wahiga. Looking forward to connecting further with you. This has been absolutely fantastic. I'll allow you to drop off a video, and then we'll just get into just some final pieces. For those who are excited about the session that we just had, yes, we as well are excited. And I want to let you know a bit of a call to action. If you're looking for how do you, sorry, just a second there. Let me stop sharing. I want to show you how you can access the video. Yes, let me just walk back to two things I want to do, and then we are done in the 4 minutes we have. One, I want to do a feedback poll. So you let us know how great was this session. I'm honestly feeling it was really fantastic. So let's use the poll, but I don't want to bias you. Please give us your feedback. How did you feel today's session went? So there's a poll that's been launched. Take a minute for that. And then I'll show you how you can access the recording, this recording, and all the other recordings that we've had from the past. So please give us some response, give us your feedback. All right. About the speaker, about the interactivity of the session, and also how applicable the content has been for you, and also the ease with which it was to join. All right. Take a few seconds with that. And then in a short while, again, I'll repeat, I'm going to show you how you can access all the recordings in today's session. Also, as we keep going, let someone know these sessions are happening every Thursday from 11 to 11:30 to 12:30 p.m. And we have great guests like Mr. Wahiga himself, and we've been having guests here since I think it was last September. Super excited. So there are so many sessions. I'm going to show you shortly one link that can give you access to all those recordings, all those video recordings that we have uploaded on the portal, on the COP webinar portal. All right, let me count it down. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let me stop the poll here. But maybe I'll just leave it run for a few seconds. Please watch the screen so you can know how you can access the recording. So if you're using Google, of course, most of us start from Google at some point, you can just type it in COP Bank MSME portal. That's where all this will be. The easier thing though is to use the link that we are sharing right now in the link. So it will take you to this page, and immediately you would see Knowledge Hub and then webinars. So Knowledge Hub, click on webinars, and then voila, you get a whole host of webinar series that we've had since last September, including this one, which has been absolutely fantastic. So that's that. Those are the two big things I wanted to show you. A quick reminder, though, for those who are looking forward to the trip, the business trip that's up ahead. So join for an unforgettable MSME trip to Vietnam and Malaysia. Take a screenshot of this if you just want something easy to look at, but also this information is available on the COP webinar, the COP portal, the website, sorry, not webinar, the COP website. So you can find this on there as well. All right. Brilliant. And let me just double check the time. It's exactly, I think, what, 2 minutes to? Oh, brilliant. So we're right on cue. I want to remind you, please reach out to your bank for further conversations about how the bank can support you, your branch specifically. Identify and discuss your financing needs with your relationship or branch manager. Let me just check that the web, yes, the link has been shared. Fiona, thank you so much. To access the webinars, the sessions, the link has been shared, so you can get that in the chat. Now, lastly, I'm going to ask Teddy, get back on microphone and say the prayer for us. I think Teddy has benefited the most from this session, but also he has been on all the pressure. So please say a prayer for us. Say a prayer for us and we'll close it off.
Okay, I'm audible. Can you hear me?
Yes, very audible. Please say the prayer and then we'll finish.
Okay, everybody close their eyes. If you do close your eyes. Okay, thank you, God, our Heavenly Father, this morning, this afternoon, for this grateful time that you've given us to interact and also to learn from each other. We thank you and also we bless your name for everything good that you bring our way, one or the other. And we continue to dwell in you every now and then. Please, God, bless every one of us and also bless their day and also in all their endeavors. Amen. Thank you.
And all right, type an amen. We will be here next week, same time. So we welcome you to log in same time. Thank you so much. A big round of applause for our guest speaker, Mr. Waihiga, the creator of opportunities, changing the narrative of Africa and changing the way we look at poverty and solve that problem. Thank you. God bless. My name is Sam Chimera. I've been your host for the session, and have a good